Good morning, fifth graders. I want to go through your lesson today very quickly. As you know, today is drop off and pick up day, so I've got parents that come in just periodically through the morning. And so I just have just a couple of minutes, but I want to talk to you about changing fractions to decimals. Now, some of you may remember seeing this chart whenever you had come to my classroom and I maybe was wrapping up a sixth grade math lesson, because they work on this chart a lot. And normally at the end of fifth grade, you begin memorizing this chart, and then in sixth grade, we really hit it hard. So this, we call it the balloon chart. Usually that brings about some groans from the sixth grade students, but it is something that you will have to memorize. So you've got a few of them in your book, and I recommend maybe making some little flashcards and practicing them so that you can start memorizing them. That will help you for next year. But the way I like to say it is 1/2 equals 5/10, 1/4 equals 25 hundredths, 3/4 equals 75 hundredths, and we just say it in class like that. So you'll refer to this rectangular box as needed over the next couple of lessons. But changing fractions to decimals is just simply a division problem. There's a couple of ways you can do it. The first couple that are listed in section 1, 1/4, just look right up in the box. And if you think about money, 1 out of 4 quarters would be 25 cents. So 1/4 is 25 hundredths. Letter B, 3/10. You should remember how to write that as a decimal. 3/10 written as a decimal is simply 0.3. 1/2, think about 1/2 of a dollar. It's 50 cents. So 0.5. Those are a couple of easy ones. For letter D, 2/5, look back up in the box. 2/5 equals 4/10. Now let's say if you couldn't remember what 2/5 was equivalent to, then you would just simply take the denominator, 5, and divide it into the numerator. Add your decimal and your 0, and 5 goes into 20 4 times. So it's 0.4. So that's another way to do it. Now I wanted to give you a little tip on letters F, G, and H. There are 2 ways you can do this problem. 7/20. You could take 20 and divide it into 7, add your decimal, add a couple of zeros. But now, I think you guys know this about me. Division is probably one of my least favorite things to do. And so if I can get out of dividing, then I am going to look for a way to get out of it. So there is a little trick to these types of problems. If you have a denominator that can evenly divide into a power of 10, and a power of 10 would be numbers like 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, then you can set up what's called an equivalent fraction. Look at this. 20 can go into 100 5 times, and then multiply 5 times the numerator 7 to get 35. Therefore, 7/20 is 35 hundredths. Don't you think that's faster than dividing 20 into 7.00? You can't do that for every problem, but you can do it for denominators that can evenly divide into 100. Let's look at the next one. Problem G, we have 3/20. We can do an equivalent fraction. Now you can do it this way. Either way would work. 20 goes into 100 5 times. 5 times 3 is 15, and that would equal 0.15. Now, if you did it this way, obviously you're going to have to annex a decimal and a 0. That would go into it 1 time. We have 10 left over. Add a 0. 20 goes into 100 5 times, and that gives us our answer. It's the same thing. It's just a different way to do it. What about right here? Can I divide 50 into 100 without a remainder? Sure. So 50 goes into 100 twice, and 2 times 9 is 18. Therefore, this is 18 hundredths. So that's another way. So that's one reason why I wanted to hop on here this morning and give you that little tip. It's just a faster way to do it. That only works if you, again, can divide the denominator evenly into 100. Now, for sections 2, 3, and 4, you're rounding off. Remember, to the nearest tenth, you're going 1 spot. So 0.58 would round to 0.6. Letter B, 0.29 rounds to decimal 3. In section 3, 675 thousandths, that's going to round to 68 hundredths, 2 spots. What about section 4? 13 and 1/4. Look at your fraction. Is 1/4 greater than or less than a half? 1/4 is less than a half, so therefore that rounds to 13. So I hope these little tips will help you for today. There will be no history video because we did 2 lessons on Friday, but I'll be coming back tomorrow to go over your next new concept, which is repeating decimals. You've got another week of new lessons, but we'll get through it together. I hope you have a great day.